Hi all, I want to show you guys something that's a really cool trick in Photoshop, and I didn't show it in the movie for this assignment. I have saved another student's work as my own work just so you don't see the name on it, because the student did a fantastic job, but, and here's the but, the spacing or the space between the buttons is not consistent, and I want to show you how I actually make the spacing consistent. So you're going to have to do this twice, but I'm going to do it once, and I just want you to see that it's available to you. So what I need to do is to get to these top four buttons. Now to do that in the layer palette. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit the V key as in Victor, which is the move tool, okay? And I'm going to right hand click over this one, and it's going to take me right to that caricature button, and look at how it selects it. Now I want to see where the 3D textures is. I obviously can see that it's right there, so I can see that the student did it in a perfect order almost. So I'm going to right hand click now and go to image manipulation just so I see where it is. Then I'm going to go to the photography one so I see where it is. Now what I want to do is I want to click only on the photography button. Look what I'm doing. And let me just say this. I like the placement of the photography button. I like the placement of the caricature button. But the other two buttons aren't evenly spaced between them. I want you to see how you don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to hold the Command or Control key, which lets me select layers, but not like the Shift key would, which would select everything between them. So now I have the image manipulation selected. I'm holding the Command or Control key. I have the 3D textures, and I'm now holding the Command and Control key, and I have the caricature. So I have all four buttons selected. Now up on top, do you see up on top when you're in the Move tool, you see these alignment buttons? I'm going to locate the one that says, look what I'm holding it down on, and you probably can't see this, but that says Distribute Horizontal Centers. And I'm going to click it. Now watch those buttons now get perfect. I'm going to have to move the titles over. Now to move the titles over, let me zoom in, and I can just right hand click with the move tool over 3D textures. It takes me right to the title, and I can use my cursor key and just move it over. Now I'm going to Command Z that back because I needed to select both of those, the two that were underneath for the title. So I'm going to move both of them to recenter them underneath. Now I'll move to the image manipulation one. I'll hold the Command key or the Control key, and on a Mac it's a Command, on a PC it's Control, and I'll select these two for image manipulation. Then I'll just use the arrow key and I'll move it over again. Now to show you that again, I'm going to find where the organic button is. So let me right hand click. There's the organic button. Now I see that I have all the buttons. There's the hard surface one, so I'm going to hold the Command key. I'm going to click on that layer. Now I'm going to go do the movie poster one, and finally the tear sheet. So the student who did this did a fantastic job in organization too. Now that those buttons are selected and nothing else is selected, I'm going to distribute them horizontally. Now look at how beautiful that actually distributed them. So now all I have to, I actually mistakenly had a selection active for the hard surface product, so I kind of ruined the button. So I'm going to Command Z back, one movement, and then Option Command Z back, so they're back to where they were. Do you see the selection that was mistakenly around this? I have to do it again, or hit Command D to deselect, because I should not have had a selection active. Okay, that kind of ruined the shape of the button. So I'm back to where I was. I haven't made any mistakes. I have organic, hard surface, movie, and poster and tear sheet button. I'm just going to hit the distribute one here, and now they, on the bottom line, are perfect. Now all I have to do is move the movie poster titles over. So I click, and then I hold the Command key, and I hit both of those layers. I just use my arrow keys, and look at how I can just shift that over, and now I've distributed them, and look at how much better that looks to have the buttons evenly distributed. So I wanted you to know that in Illustrator or InDesign or Photoshop or even After Effects, there's an alignment window or an alignment way to do it. In Photoshop, when you hit the Move tool, alignment shows up here, and it's perfect. So I hope that helped. I want you to remember these things. Remember, it's about skill, not about projects. But and I'm sure the student knows who they are who did this one. You did a great job, and you will get a 4.0 a full 4 points when I grade it. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys again.